Look, I'm going to talk to you straight right now because nobody else in this industry will. You know how we talk about planned obsolescence on this channel? Sealed drums, plastic gears, products designed to fail right after the warranty expires so you buy another one? That's not just happening to your washing machine, it's happening to you. If you work in a trade, mechanic, plumber, HVAC, electrician, carpenter, doesn't matter, the industry has a number for you, and that number is 45. That's when your body becomes uneconomical to repair. Their words, not mine. I talked to a mechanic in Ohio, 28 years on the tools, 2 knee replacements, 1 fused disc, hearing aids in both ears. And he told me something that should make every apprentice in America stop and listen. They'll tell you the money is unlimited. They won't tell you the body is not. If you work with your hands and nobody's ever told you what this career actually costs your body, subscribe. Seriously, this one matters. Before I get into this, I want to hear from you. And I mean really hear from you. If you're over 40 and still on the tools, I want you to answer one question in the comments right now. Don't overthink it. Just tell me, what was the first thing on your body that broke down? Knees, lower back, hearing, shoulders, wrists? And tell me how many years you were in before it happened, because I already know what most of you are going to say, and the pattern is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. That mechanic in Ohio? He knew his answer before I finished asking. Right knee, 38 years old. Wasn't an accident. Wasn't a fall. It was just 20 years of concrete. 20 years of kneeling on shop floors. The cartilage doesn't come back. Nobody warned me. Nobody told me to wear pads. Nobody told me there was a clock on my joints. And when the clock ran out, the shop didn't offer me a desk. They offered me a door. So let's talk about the 3 things that fail, because they're going to fail in this order, and knowing the order is how you stop it from happening to you. Component 1, the knees. Your knees are your bearings. That's not a metaphor. It's mechanical reality. The cartilage in your knee joint does the same job as the grease in a sealed bearing. It keeps bone from grinding on bone. It absorbs shock. It lets the joint move smoothly under load. And just like a sealed bearing, once the grease is gone, it's gone. Your body doesn't make more cartilage. There's no factory refurbishment. There's cortisone shots, physical therapy, and eventually a surgeon who tells you it's time to replace the whole unit. You want to know what a knee replacement costs without insurance? $35,000 to $70,000 per knee. And the average age of first knee replacement in the trades? 52. That's a full decade earlier than someone who worked at a desk. Here's the part that should make you angry. Workers' comp covers a fall. It covers a cut. It covers a broken bone. It does not cover 20 years of kneeling on concrete. That's wear and tear. That's degenerative. That's the industry saying, we knew this would happen. We just don't think it's our problem. But it is their problem. They just built a system where it becomes your problem instead. Now, the knees are bad. But here's the thing about knees. They can be replaced. The next one can't. Component 2, the lower back. Think of your spine like an RV frame. It's designed to carry a load, but it's not designed for the kind of constant, twisting, off-angle loading that trade work puts on it. Day after day, year after year, lifting from weird positions, reaching into engine bays, crawling through attics, bending under sinks. Every one of those movements puts shear force on your lumbar discs that they were never engineered for. By 40, and I'm not exaggerating here, the majority of tradespeople have at least one herniated or bulging disc. And unlike a knee, you can't just swap it out. A spinal fusion costs $80,000 to $150,000. Recovery is 6 months to a year. And a lot of guys who get fused never go back to full physical work. Linda knows this. She's watching Dale come home every night and sit on that heating pad for an hour before he can stand up straight. She's the one finding the ibuprofen bottles in his truck. She's been telling him for 5 years to go see someone, and he keeps saying, "It's just sore." Brother, it's not just sore. That's structural. That's your chassis bending. And by the time it snaps, the only option is a weld that doesn't give you back what you had. So look, the knees can be replaced. The back can be fused. What I'm about to tell you about the third component, there's no fix. Once it's gone, it's gone. Component 3, the hearing. Impact drivers, air chisels, compressors, grinders. That shop fan running 10 hours a day. You know what the average noise level in a mechanic's shop is? Over 85 decibels. That's the line where OSHA says you need hearing protection. And you know what most shops give you? A dispenser of foam plugs by the door that nobody uses, because you can't hear the engine with plugs in. And here's the cruel part. By the time you notice the hearing loss, the damage is years old. Those little hair cells in your inner ear, the ones that turn sound into signal, they don't grow back. Once they're dead, they're dead. You don't get a recall, you don't get a replacement part, you get a $5,000 hearing aid and the slow realization that you just lost your best diagnostic tool. That Ohio mechanic put it to me like this: I wear hearing aids now, both ears, 28 years of impact guns, and here's what nobody tells you. It's not just about hearing conversation. It's about hearing the work, the bearing whine, the electrical arc, the click in a relay, the sounds that tell you what's wrong before you open anything. I didn't just lose my hearing. I lost the skill that made me worth $45 an hour. Man, let that sit for a second. The flat rate trap. Now here's the part that ties it all together, because every one of those failures gets accelerated by the same thing: flat rate pay. They pitch it as unlimited earning potential. You get paid per job, not per hour. Beat the book time, keep the difference. Sounds great, right? Sounds like a meritocracy. Like the harder you work, the more you earn. But here's what flat rate actually is. It's the shop transferring the physical cost of speed onto your body. Every time you lift that transmission without the jack because the jack is across the shop and the clock is ticking, that's a business decision made with your lumbar disc. Every time you skip the respirator because suiting up costs 3 minutes, that's a margin calculation made with your lungs. Every time you kneel without pads because the pads slow you down, that's an efficiency metric paid for with your cartilage. The shop keeps the profit from your speed. You keep the disability from your hustle. And that six-figure tradesperson claim they use to recruit apprentices, a lot of the time, that's a 60-hour week at a normal hourly rate, just compressed into a flat rate format that burns your body twice as fast. The money is real. The cost is your knees at 38, your back at 42, and your hearing at 46. Let me run the math nobody runs at the apprenticeship pitch. $90,000 a year for 15 years on the tools. That's $1.35 million in career income. Now subtract the 2 knee replacements. Subtract the spinal fusion. Subtract the hearing aids. Subtract the lost earning capacity when your body can't do the work anymore. That net number starts looking a lot like the $45,000 office job with health insurance and a body that works at 65. I know that's a hard thing to hear, but somebody has to say it. One of you, a plumber in Texas, licensed for 21 years, sent me a message after the plumber quit video, and I want to read you part of it because it's the realest thing anyone's ever sent this channel. He said, "I'm 44, my back is done, 2 herniations, I can't crawl under a house anymore. I went to my boss, the guy I've worked for since I was 23, and asked about a supervisor role. He said there's no budget for that. 2 weeks later, he hired a 19-year-old apprentice at $16 an hour. I trained my replacement. He didn't ask me to stay." That was the last conversation he had as a plumber. 21 years. And the industry replaced him like a worn-out part, because that's what the model is. The industry wants you to hit that failure point at 45. A 45-year-old master tech knows his value. He wants a real wage, health care, and some accommodation for a body that gave 25 years to the trade. He costs money. A 19-year-old apprentice costs $16 an hour, doesn't know what his body is going to cost him, and will work at a pace that would put the 45-year-old on a surgical table. You are not a career professional to them. You're a consumable part. Same as the sealed drum washer, same as the builder-grade water heater. Different product, same business model, the maintenance plan. All right, here's where I stop diagnosing and start talking solutions. Because unlike your washing machine, you can actually maintain this product. You just have to start before the warranty runs out. First, knee pads, every job, every time, not the $12 foam ones from the hardware store, the gel insert, hard shell pads that actually distribute the load. $40. You know what a single cortisone injection costs? $300 to $600. The pads pay for themselves the first time you don't need the shot. Second, hearing protection, starting yesterday. And not foam plugs, custom molded musicians' earplugs, $100 to $200. They cut the noise by 15 to 25 decibels, but preserve the frequency range you need to hear the work. The bearing whine, the arc, the diagnostic sounds that make you a master tech. You keep your hearing and your skill. Third, stop being a hero with the heavy stuff. Every time you skip the jack, the dolly, or the second pair of hands to save 3 minutes on flat rate, you're making a $3 decision with a $70,000 body part. That math never works. Stop doing it. Fourth, build your exit plan at 35, not at 45. Inspection, estimation, project management, code enforcement, teaching. Every one of those roles uses your 20 years of trade knowledge without needing your 20-year-old body. The guys who plan the transition at 35 get to choose where they land. The guys who wait until 45 land wherever their body lets them. Fifth, get an annual physical with an occupational health focus. Not a regular checkup, a physical that includes a hearing baseline, a spinal assessment, and a joint evaluation. Document your body now while it's still working so that when the damage shows up, you have proof it's occupational. That documentation is the difference between workers' comp covering the surgery and you paying $70,000 out of pocket. Get the baseline. Protect the evidence. The system is not set up to help you, so set yourself up to help yourself. Listen, I started this video by comparing your body to a product with planned obsolescence. And I know that sounds harsh, but the mechanic in Ohio, 28 years, 2 knees, 1 spine, 2 hearing aids, he said the same thing to me in different words. Your body is the most expensive tool you'll ever own. And unlike everything else in this shop, there's no warranty, there's no replacement, and there's no recall. The industry won't maintain you. They'll replace you, so you better maintain yourself. I'm not saying don't go into the trades. The trades built this country. The money is real. The skills are real. The pride is real. But the cost is real too. And nobody in the apprenticeship pitch is going to tell you about the knees, the back, and the hearing. So I just did. Maintain the tool, because the alternative is becoming the part they replace.